This is a 3D printed 1/10 scale model inspired by the legendary 458 Italia, which I believe is the most beautiful car Pininfarina has ever designed. Like previous models, this one is also free on MakerBot, and you can find a link to my profile in the description below. Similar to my previous models, the body is made up of separate panels, and I've based the design on the color scheme to minimize the amount of painting required. This might be a little harder to print and assemble compared to the others, but without further ado, let me show you how to put it together. This time the body uses screws to connect some parts together, though glue is still used. All screws here are metric 3s, and here is the complete list of screws you need. I'll start by attaching the screws to these brackets. The first one is the middle bracket, which uses 6 5mm screws. These brackets also use 5mm screws on the flat side, and the other two holes will require 8mm screws. For the next bracket, add 8mm screws to the holes on both sides. Then, the remaining bracket will be attached to this bracket with 8mm screws as shown. The remaining 3 holes here also use 8mm screws. These arc-shaped brackets connect the front bumpers to the front fenders. Assemble it to the bumper first, then add the fender. Repeat the same step for the other side. Then the middle bracket goes between the front fenders. Next, the hood slots in between these parts, but I forgot to add the screws to the front bumper. Pop it out and add 8mm screws to these tabs. Now you can screw the hood in. And front end is now complete. Next, grab the quarter panels and connect them together with the rear bracket. The bracket should sit on the quarter panels as shown. The rear bumper connects to the quarter panels through these slots. I've also added holes to use 5mm screws instead of glue. It slots into the quarter panel and the rear bracket. These 5mm screws are a bit tricky to reach, but they are doable. Now it's time to connect the front and the rear sections. The doors have diamond-shaped features that insert into the fenders and quarter panels to connect them together. Can you spot what's wrong? I printed the fenders and the quarter panels vertically, but the doors were printed horizontally. Because of this orientation difference, the part reflects light differently, and they appear to be different colors. To fix this, print the doors vertically as well. The last plate in the print profile has the doors in a vertical orientation. Use that instead. I'm not going to print them again, so I'll just paint them instead. I also sanded the parts a little bit. They are not perfect, but I think it's enough to make the paint look uniform. They are smooth to the touch though, but in the end the layer lines will be visible. Here are the parts after being painted. I painted them separately, but I recommend painting them as a whole after assembly if you plan to paint it. Now the color looks uniform from all directions. I'll repeat all the previous steps to connect everything together again. This will be the 6th car model I'm sharing for free, and I want to continue sharing them for free. Modeling one of these roughly take 100 hours and extra 2 weeks to test and refine the design. So do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can follow me on other social platforms. And if you really want to support and fund the next projects, I've created both a Patreon and a Buy Me a Coffee account. All links are in the description below. Okay, this is where we left off. Now I glue the doors and permanently connect the two sections, followed by the lower door skins. I tried to print the roof in one piece, and my two P1S printers printed it without any issues, but I think this could be a challenge for the bed slingers like A1, so I split it into 3 pieces. They are included in the print profile as an option. Roof will sit on these features. I am using a slow curing glue here. To align the roof correctly, I add the windshield, rear glass and the engine cover pieces. These aren't glued yet. This section of the rear bumper should be painted black. I should have painted it before the assembly, but luckily I can disassemble it since it uses screws. You should paint it before the assembly though. I removed the back pieces and the glass after the glue set for the roof. I am using acrylic paint and hand painting with a brush. 2 thick coats will do the job. This can be printed in multicolor, but I think painting is easier and faster. While it dries, I also painted the headlights with silver paint. Now we can continue gluing the other parts together. This piece has boss features on the back and sits on the rear bracket. The other piece is similar, just glue it to the bracket. And add the windshield and rear glass. The side glasses should be inserted from the inside and sit on the doors and the quarter panels. This is the front duct. Glue the fins into the slots, then insert the whole assembly into the front bumper. This car has a lot of grills. To add detail, I printed these without a top surface and aligned the infill to replicate the grill look. They are thin, so they can bend and glued into place. These small ones are for this section. Just glue them in from the inside and it should look like this. These are similar and goes behind this section. Again, glue them in place from the inside. And these are the grills for the rear diffuser. Also add the reflectors to the diffuser while you have it at hand. And lastly, the front grille. It should be glued onto the front bumper from the inside like this. These are the exhaust pieces. Glue the tips onto the black piece and slot the assembly to the rear bumper. Mirrors are printed in one piece. I've also printed these small pieces to add detail. Glue them on and then glue the mirrors to the body. These are the brackets to connect the chassis to the body. Screw this one to the rear diffuser. The screws are metric 3 by 8 mm. Then glue the rear diffuser to the rear bumper, but make sure it's straight. Same as rear, screw the front bracket to the front splitter with the same screws and glue it to the front bumper. Now it's time to put together the chassis. This is the same chassis I used on the Porsche model, just modified the wheelbase and the track width. Assembly is the same. I printed the wheels black and paint them silver after. I also printed the disc black and painted the top surfaces silver. But while editing the video, I changed the design and separate the top part. Now you can print them in different colors and glue them together. No paint needed this way. You will need 4 metric 3 by 25 mm screws, and the rest of the screws are metric 3 by 8 mm. Put the two sides of the chassis plate together and add the middle bracket. Turn it over and populate all the holes with screws. Corner brackets are marked. Put them in correct corners and screw them in. Corner module assemblies are same for all. 25 mm screws goes into the small circular piece. Axle goes into the knuckle, then the screw goes into the axle. Put the brake disc onto the axle and add the caliper. After all the corner modules assemble, add the arms. Front arms are longer than the rears, so don't mix them up. Wheels are printed in two pieces. Glue them together and insert the corner modules in and tighten the screw. Then back it up a bit so the wheel can turn freely. And insert the tires to the wheels. Then assemble the corner modules to the corresponding bracket. For the front, the steering connection should face forward. Add the top screws and tighten both top and bottom screws. And lastly, add the steering link. Chassis have these features. If you want to design a desk stand or a wall mount, you can use these. Now it's time to marry the chassis and the body. Now install the headlights. And add these small pieces. These should have been grills, but it's not possible to print grills this small. Tail lights printed in 3 pieces. Glue them together and glue the assembly to the body. Glue the rear reflector in place. And here is the completed model. I am working on a proper RC chassis, but it's still far from ready. So for now, this one is just a static model. And as always, if you decide to print one, don't forget to share your make. I'm guessing there will be lots of red ones, but please consider trying different colors. Once again, the link to the files are in the description.